Greetings, YouTube. My wife has some friends that live in Vermont. A few years ago, we went to visit them on the July 4th weekend. They have a son. At the time, I believe he was 3 or around that age. It being July 4th, in New England, it was warm. And so to help their son cool off, they turned on the sprinkler in the yard. And being 3, he promptly stripped all his clothes off, threw them on the ground, and went screaming into the water. As I sat in the shade, trying to stay cool, I did not jump into the water. Watching this 3-year-old dancing naked in the sunshine and the water, I was overcome by the fact that he was one with it all. He didn't need a priest or a church or a holy book to tell him that he was one with the universe. To tell him that he was divine. Because he was the universe. He was divinity incarnate. He wasn't just dancing with God, he was a God himself. One person, totally at union with everything else. I was overcome. It was one of the most profoundly emotional and spiritual experiences I ever had. And it made me so happy, and it made me so sad, because I knew that he would forget, just as all of us have forgotten. Because at one time, all of us knew that as well. We knew it in the marrow of our bones. But we all unlearn it. Sometimes we do it just because life catches up with us. Sometimes we do it because there's a family or a society or a faith making us forget. So that the little bits that we are allowed to remember are only remembered in a manner that the society or the family or the church wants you to. Which is a shame. Which is an abomination. Because if we could hold on to that, think how wonderful that would be. There have been countless books written on how to get that feeling back. Entire religions founded on it. Schools of philosophy, temples, and nunneries built, all with the goal in mind of reclaiming what that 3-year-old boy dancing in the sunshine and the water knew to the very marrow of his being. So whenever I find myself in a bit of existential dread, I think of him. I realize he's forgotten it now. He's older. He's wrapped up in the world. He dresses like a little Republican, believe it or not. But for one shining moment, he was the thing that we all want to be. And I keep working on it. I've been working and studying philosophy, religion, and theology for decades now. Sometimes I get a little glimpse of things. It always makes me smile. I lose that glimpse, but I find it again. And as time passes, the glimpses get a little bigger. Maybe I start to figure out things with a little more clarity. Because I know I am divinity. I am a God myself. And right this moment I know that. And I'll forget again. But it'll come back. Just like the sun will. Just like the water will. Just like the laughter of that child in the sun and the sprinkler.